What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. I had this question some time back. Can we repot a mother plant that has a lot of pups beneath? Of course yes, you can definitely repot a mother plant that has a lot of pups, but there are two things that you need to keep in mind. One, the soil in the existing pot as well as and the new soil that we will be using has to be completely bone dry. The second thing is that the mother plant has to be completely hydrated, because remember, if the succulent is not hydrated, it is not a very good thing to repot, because after repotting we have to wait for some more days for the succulent to adjust in the new pot and in the new soil. So during that process we are not going to water. Now that again depends, probably a week or maybe 2 weeks we are not going to be watering. So ensure that your mother plant is completely hydrated. So now we will go ahead and take out the mother plant from this old pot. You can see the old pot is very small and she has been struggling. I didn't notice that she has put out so much of pups beneath, because I always look at the succulent from the top portion and I noticed that there were some pups, but today when I was just lifting up the pot I noticed that there are a lot of pups. I will try to remove as many of those dry leaves. Now these dry leaves are starting to show up because the mother plant is trying to make some space for the new pups, so she is kind of consuming the lower leaves in order to make some more space. So I won't take out all of them because otherwise the pups might break. I do not want to separate the pups as of now. I want them to grow a little bit more bigger, so I will wait until then. As much as the dry leaves I can take it out, I will try my best, because some of them are going to be quite difficult to take them out. So now that we have taken out majority of the pups, now it's time to uproot it. And you can see how easily the succulent has just come out from the pot, and you can also see that it is kind of root bound. This was the stone that I had used to cover the drain hole. It is completely root bound. You can see these are all the roots. That's why the soil looks quite compact. The soil is not compact. You can see with the slightest touch the soil tends to fall apart. Now I do not waste the soil. I will be using this soil again in the new pot as well. I already have the new soil, but I'm also going to use the old soil as well. So you can see how loose my soil is. Just with a gentle shake the soil tends to fall apart. We have some more of the dry leaves and you can see these are all the roots. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to disturb it any further. I'm just going to plant it because it's quite difficult to get rid of those dry leaves. You can see it is also breaking up the pups because the pups are very small and I do not want to damage them. So this is our new pot. I've already made a hole and I'm going to put, you can see the soil. It's the same soil that I tend to use, which is 80% of aquarium sand and 20% of garden soil. So I'm just going to fill it up halfway through. And now I'm just going to place, okay, I think I'll have to top it up a little bit more because I do not want the pups to be quite low in the pot. So I think that should be good enough. Okay. So now we will just add the soil from the sides. I think I'll have to get some more soil. Probably I'll do it later on, but you might have got an idea. This is how we tend to repot the succulent with pups. We do not want the pups to be beneath the soil. We want them to be above. I will blow off the dust or the soil particles that are there on the pup. I'll blow it off with the succulent blower. I'll have to find where it is. I'm not able to find it from last few days. I'll have to search for it. So the roots are almost beneath the soil. It is going to be a little bit unstable because we have just potted it, but now she's going to have enough space for the new roots to grow, and the pups also have enough space to grow. Once they reach another let's say another few centimeters. I will then go ahead and separate them. I'll wait for some more time because they are still very closely attached to the stem, and it's going to be very difficult to take them out. If I try to take them out, there is 100% chance that I will break a lot of the leaves, which I don't want. I'm not in a hurry. It's absolutely fine. Let the succulent do its own thing. So that's about it. Nothing much. We will let the succulent rest. Of course, I'm not going to be watering it right away. The succulent is very well hydrated, probably after a week or so. Anyways, it is the monsoon season, so I do not need to be worried. There is enough moisture in the air. I'm going to keep it back again in the same place where it receives morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. It is completely acclimated, so I do not need to be worried. Now all I have to do is for these pups to grow. There are a lot of them. I don't know how I will be able to separate them later on, but we will see. Most probably the mother plant will not survive. That's what I feel, because as and when the pups will grow, this has happened before as well. The mother plant kind of goes completely shapeless. The leaves tend to reduce and the pups start to grow much bigger. The crown area as well, I don't see any crown area. This is something that is very weird, what I have noticed. Probably it's because of the less space in the pot. I think probably that's what causes this, because I remember someone had already pointed this out, and yes, I think that is one of the reason, because ideally this is not where the pups are supposed to come out. This is where usually the blooms start to come out. Pups usually happen on the lower portion, but probably the mother plant has put in all the energy in producing pups for some reason. Maybe that was due to the lack of space, but anyways, it's not much of an issue because I have plenty of pups. Even if the mother plant starts to die, even if the mother plant vanishes, it's absolutely fine. There are going to be ample amount of pups which I can separate. So now that the pot is of a good size, I think the plant can relax and focus on those pups. Now this is not in every case. This is one of case wherein the pups are growing on the center and in the side. Ideally this does not happen. The pups usually grow on the base and not on the crown area. This is just like probably a mutation of one-off case. We do not need to be worried, and you might not face this issue every now and then. This is just one-off case. So that's about it, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.